The homework itself has got a couple different parts to it. I'll put over here, really on the other side of it, what we're actually going to do. And you might want to get out scratch paper or homework paper already, because we're going to do some of this right away together. So if I take a look at the graph of a function or of a relationship, okay? So this is the first part of your homework. So if you want to go ahead and hop in and get up whatever notebook paper you want, this will be your assignment that you will. For you guys, hey, this might work out since we're going to be here again on Monday. You won't have to photo it. We can just turn it in on Monday.
No, I just can't read the board.
Oh, can't read the board.
No.
It says graphically. Or what do you want?
The after the graph.
Okay, page 9, numbers 25 through 28, and then 54 through 57. And it's A2. Now, one of the things we're going to do is look at all of these graphs and trying to decide, are these functions or not? And there was one very simple test to do. Does anybody remember what it was from last year? It just involves your pencil.
That's a straight line.
Yes, it involves, the pencil is a straight line. And what was important about that straight line? Cobwebs, here we go. So we take that straight line and we put it vertically, and we take it, and this is like my x value, right?
Oh.
Because x's are here, and so if I was to look on the graph, I go over to the x and there might be my y value. There's my y value, my x value, there's my y value. Remember, for it to be a function, every x value only gets to go to one y value. So if I take this vertical line and I go all the way across, and looking at the graph itself, does that vertical line only get crossed the blue line once, then that is a function. Okay? This is what is called the vertical line test. So for graphs, got the vertical line test. Only crosses once. One time. So if we look at this one, that number 25 is that's a function. Number 26, if I take and go across there, what happens to that? It's once and twice, so this is not a function. So that's how you handle those. I'm going to scoot it up for 27 and 28. You can try those real quick while I finish up the blue note part. There's 27 and 28. You can try that. I'll be right with you. So, 27. Function, yes or no? No, because it crosses twice. 28. That stays on that side, doesn't it? And this kind of stays on that side. So, yes. No? Yes. Let's scoot over to 54 through 57. Two more out of the assignment. We'll get this part of the assignment done. Function? Yes or no? Try 54 and 55. See what you got. $54? Yes. 55? Looks yes, doesn't it? So, function, function. And 56 and 57. Oops. $56. What you can't see is there's really these vertical asymptotes right there, and another one right there. So these guys really are on different sides of that line. So if I was to take my vertical line across there, I'm going to not hit anything but once, right? So that's also a function. Now in 57 we get into these solid dots and open dots. Solid dot is actually part of the graph, right? An open dot is not. So if I was to go across here, and if you see solids and open dots all over the place, if you end up hitting a line and a solid dot, or a solid dot and a solid dot, that's actually hitting it twice. So this is actually a no. So 57, no, yes.
Do we have to do number 17?
We'll get that. Yeah, I'm doing these in different order. So we're doing all the graphs first, and then we'll go to the charts, and then we'll go to the equations. So it's going to jump around a little bit. I do that every once in a while. Now, go to your green sheet. And let's look at, first off, our little functions we've got here, or possibly functions. Now, for just a quick ease of what's going on, this is the line, and so right underneath it we can actually write y equals x. That's how we're going to do it. Rather than y equals mx plus b, we're just going to look at y equals x. Is that a function? Yes. This one, that's our parabola, right? That's been y equals an x squared in a very short period of time. Okay. Is that a function? Yep. This one, let's see if the pattern works. That's x. That's x squared. This is probably x cubed. Very good. And that's a little curly cube. So this is y equals x cubed. If you were to look at it and zoom in, it looks mainly like that. Is that a function? Yes. What's this one? The origin is really right here. That's a solid dot. If it kept with a pattern, that would be x to the fourth, right? Unfortunately, it's not. This is actually the square root of x. That's why it's only in the positive column. X's are positive and y's are positive. You only put in positive numbers and only positive numbers come out. Is it a function? Yep. Okay. Let's move down to the others. Okay, can I get there? Oh, where'd they go? No, go too far. Now we're not going to, well, this one next one on the list. We'll just go to that. This one here. We just looked at a graph up like that on the homework assignment, didn't we? But for what we have, this is really y equals 1 over x. There is a dashed line on the x-axis and the y-axis. So they're there, you might want to put them there. Is that a function? Yes. And the last one that we're going to look at, we'll save these other two because those are brand new and something you haven't seen before. We'll wait till next year to do that. This is what I call the flying V, or the absolute value. That's the absolute value of x. Is that a function? Yes. Okay. So we've looked at the green sheet graphically. We've looked at the other one.